And more bad news for Qantas. They've been on a streak lately. Fortunately, they haven't had any fatalities. 36 passengers and crew were injured, some seriously, in a mid-air drama that forced a Qantas jetliner to make an emergency landing. This was today. The incident saw an Airbus 330-300 issue a mayday call when it suddenly changed altitude during a flight from Singapore to Perth. Qantas said a number of passengers and crew sustained injuries, including fractures and lacerations, aboard Qantas Flight 72, traveling from Singapore to Perth following a sudden change in altitude. A fleet of emergency vehicles was on standby at the Learmonth Air Base, about 680 miles northwest of the state capital of Perth, when the plane landed. The police said some 36 people were injured in the incident, about 12 of them seriously. According to the Australian Transportation Safety Board, while cruising in level flight, the Airbus experienced a sudden in-flight upset, resulting in injuries to a number of cabin crew and passengers, primarily in the rear of the plane. Neither the safety board or Qantas could immediately confirm the number of people injured or whether it was turbulence or another factor that had caused the aircraft, which was carrying 303 passengers and 10 crew, to drop or rise suddenly during flight. According to the Transportation Safety Board, we'll be investigating all sorts of possibilities. Clear air turbulence perhaps may have been the cause. And our final story, last summer, just 2 months ago, I was in Tokyo, and one of the pleasant things I did in Tokyo was to take a 6-kilometer walk around the Imperial Palace, which is located in downtown Tokyo. The palace is where the Emperor of Japan has lived, and has lived for the past several hundred years. It's well guarded. It's also surrounded by a moat. Here we have a picture of it in peaceful times. It's a moat. It's a jogging path on the city side. It's impossible to get onto the palace side. Well, earlier today, police apprehended a Western tourist who went skinny dipping in the moat. The naked middle-aged man jumped into the moat and then threw rocks and splashed water at the 2 policemen who chased him in a rowboat. The police have not released the man's name or nationality. Local TV footage showed the man swimming around the moat as the police chased him with a long stick, attracting a crowd of onlookers. He was in the water for about an hour. He eventually got out of the water and climbed a stone wall, only to fall into the hands of police officers who were waiting for him at the palace side of the moat. The police officials said that the man was detained for questioning, but could not confirm if he was arrested or charged. Because of Japan's obscenity laws, broadcasters were careful because masking images had to be imposed over the man's private parts as he climbed out of the water. The police said they've never heard of a skinny dipper causing a stir in the palace moat before. The police said, if you know what is within the moat, you won't go skinny dipping there, referring to Emperor Akihito, who lives in the palace. The moat separates the emperor's residence from the city with water and high stone walls and woods. A palace official said that the emperor was indeed in the palace at the time, but it was unlikely that he saw the nude swimmer, or for that matter, unless he was watching television, was even aware of it. We'll keep our eyes on that hearing in Washington. If there are any fireworks between Chairman Waxman and Robert Willemstad, we'll let you know, although as we have reported here, Willemstad is a stand-up fellow and refused to accept the $19 million severance bonus that he was legally permitted to accept in his severance contract. So no doubt there are kudos to him from the Energy and Commerce Committee members. That's all the news we have today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. If not, we'll see you tomorrow.